Hey guys, thank you for tuning on in for today's video. If you're new, hi, I'm Ansley. This is That's Really Pretty, where we discuss all things beauty and makeup. This week it is Vlogmas for this week and the next few weeks. I'm doing a lot of uploading, so please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It lets me know that you like my content. Maybe I can make some tweaks throughout the next few weeks and give you guys more of what you're looking for. Comment any questions that you have down below. With Vlogmas, as with every video, I try to be highly responsive both here and my Instagram. Instagram is a great way to see what I'm uploading every single day. I do a lot of daily reviews both on Instagram and my blog, so YouTube is not the only place where I push out content. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already and you like seeing my videos, if you've seen them pop up a few times, and you just like to overall support my channel. All right, so today's video is going to be short and sweet. I am doing what I call my supermodel get ready with me, as I don't sleep and have the puffiest bags under my eyes. I am reviewing the Gigi Hadid Maybelline collection. No, I did not pick up everything. I did pick up enough to do a full face. According to the supermodel world, this is all you need. I have tried these before. This is definitely not a first impression. So I just wanted to put together a quick look for you guys, show you some swatches that I have, and do a quick demo and let you know if this is worth picking up, what my thoughts are, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I have a little bit of product information for you guys to chat about. I got this from Ulta, so I'm going to pull up the information. They do have it in-store and online. It's a pretty robust collection. We've got everything from makeup palettes, lipsticks, face palettes, lip liners. There's a brush that's included, eyeliners, and I think, is there a brow? There's a mascara. I don't know if there's a brow pencil. There's a mascara and a fiber mascara to go along with it. So it's pretty robust. It is quite an expensive collection. One of the products is already on sale. That huge like kitty makeup size palette is already marked down from $29 to $19. And I picked up the tinted primer in medium deep, and I picked up one of the eyeshadow palettes in the shade warm. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in. So the eyeshadow palettes retail for 15 bucks a pop. They're $14.99. And the tinted primer is closer to $10. It's $11, and it comes in two shades, like a light medium and a medium deep. I am just going to quickly put this all over my face. I'll speed through it so you guys can see. I have on nothing right now, as this claims to be a tinted primer, so I did not prime. I'm not going to apply foundation over this. This is not a wear test by any means. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on deeper complexions. I like this, to be honest, before I show you guys. It's pretty highly pigmented, which I've seen a few review videos on this, and people seem to really like this. So there are two people in particular that I really just value their opinion. They were like, hey, this is kind of worth picking up. And I was like, oh, I think I need to pick this up. The power of influence and the power of YouTube. So anywho, I like their reviews, and I just wanted to pick it up and see if it's something that would look good on me. Since medium deep is a pretty wide range, I wanted to see how good of a job they did for incorporating this for deeper skin tones. So let me stop talking. I will speed through. I am going to use a brush for this. I'm treating it as my foundation, so I don't want to use my hands. It is highly pigmented in terms of like how makeup-y your hands will get if you do use your hands. So I am on my way to work this morning. So as you guys can see, like it's got some pigmentation to it. Now I also have hyperpigmentation and lupus, so we're gonna see how much of this will cover up. That's what it looks like on the container. So yeah, let me go ahead and put this on, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, so I did go ahead and apply the primer all over my face. Here is the final look. It does give pretty decent coverage for a primer. Now, of course, it didn't cover everything on my skin. So in terms of a recommendation for this product, it depends. It depends on your comfort level with your skin, what you're looking for in your products, all that stuff. So I am going to talk through a lot of points. This is definitely going to be a short but a chatty video, so just hear me out, please. I can get really chatty. I've done such a good job with like trying to not be as chatty, but it's hard sometimes because I have a lot to say about this. So I think in terms of a drugstore primer, I don't think the formula is anything special or different. I'll check and see if it enlarges my pores, if I can find a mirror. Let's do that. It doesn't quite enlarge my pores, but it's not doing anything for them. So we're just going to talk about it purely on a primer basis. So in terms of a primer, it is nice. I wore this in one of my last videos for Vlogmas. I'll link the playlist for that if I haven't done so already. So I've worn this before. I think in terms of filming, it does help to provide a little bit of coverage, a little bit of extra coverage. So that's one thing that I really like about it. It helps to elevate the level of your makeup. Number two, if you have clear skin, this is just like a nice little something to put on. Now, it's no different than a BB cream or a CC cream. So if you have something like that in your collection, consider it. I know IT Cosmetics makes one that people tend to really gravitate towards. That's kind of expensive, so this is potentially a cheaper alternative, strictly from a skincare aside, just like tinted colored product to put on your face to walk out the house, like a tinted moisturizer. So you can wear this by itself. It is designed to be a primer, so I would consider setting it with something else. I'm gonna set it after this video. I don't know. This is one of those things where if you like the product, you like how it looks, even if you are someone like me and you have hyperpigmentation or you have skin issues, I feel perfectly fine leaving my apartment looking like this. So this isn't just, even though I call it Supermodel Get Ready, it's not like, oh, you have to have perfect skin to wear this. It's just a really nice primer. It's also 11 bucks, which this is kind of small in my opinion for $11. They're definitely capitalizing on the name. The packaging is quite lovely, but let's be honest, it's printed on here. It's not like it's really raised or anything like that, or it's super nice plastic. Like, you're paying for the name, which I fully recognize. So, and of course, a cheaper alternative is just to put some foundation in your primer, and then it's a tinted primer. So they're not fooling anyone with this, but in terms of a standalone product, I do like it. I could recommend it to you guys. I think once you get into skin tones that are a little bit deeper than mine, this might not be very complimentary. So I'm not super dark, I'm not super light. I do think that they made an attempt to be inclusive with skin tones. I mean, that's a whole thing these days. I might do a blog post about it, about inclusivity and just like the whole like why now part of it, which is a whole other topic. Like, it's great, it's a good thing for the makeup community, but there's just such a rush to attack every single brand about inclusivity, and it's way more complicated than that. I am going to do a blog post. I might do a video on it. Good idea. This is what happens when you don't sleep. You come up with all these ideas. So I'm not going to say, oh, they're not inclusive. Like, they did make an effort, and in that video, I'll talk more about why every brand is not going to come out with 500 shades of something. So I do give them kudos for it being as dark as it is to start. Now, this is a capsule collection. It's not like they're going to come out, or I don't think they are. They're going to come out with, you know, deep to super deep, and come out with, you know, like 13 more of these and 8 more lipsticks and, you know, 20 more of those kitty size palettes and all that stuff. Like, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm happy with it. I do like it. I like the way it feels on my skin. It is a little tacky, which I like in my primers, because I feel like the next set of products I'm going to put on it, both foundation and powders, will cling to it a little bit more. So you guys can see it did get on my hand a little bit. If I can show that to you guys. I'll hold it back here. So it's on the top part of my hand, and it does give this kind of brown orangey tint. It's not super orange, like I said. You could do a little bit of color correcting under this and basically have a full face of flawless makeup, excuse me. So that is what I have to say about the primer. Now, I am in really harsh lighting, so looking at me dead on, like in real life, it's not as bad, my hyperpigmentation. This basically looks like a light foundation. So let's go ahead and talk about eyes. I did pick up one of the eyeshadow palettes, and this retailed for about $14, I think I said, $15, which is expensive. It is. The packaging is really cute, but it is really expensive. So here are the swatches. I'll show you the palette too. I think the swatches are upside down. Yeah. So the top row is this shade, this shade, and this shade, and the bottom row are these 3 shades up top. So that's what she looks like for you guys. I do think that these shades are pretty similar, so that's a little disappointing. I was super hyped about this dark shade, but it does kind of go on pretty lightly, which there's 2 hats you got to put on. We got a lot of hand motions going on. There are 2 hats you got to put on. You've got to put on like the makeup aficionado hat and then the superstar get ready with me, I'm a model hat on top of this as well. So the makeup person in me is like, dang, that's not highly pigmented, what the F's? And then the supermodel person in me is like, oh, I don't need to have that much pigmentation. I want to look super natural and dewy, and this is great. So it just depends on the lens. I'm like all over the place today. I'm also cutting coffee out of my diet, so this is only going to get worse in my videos. So you have to have these 2 different hats on and these 2 different perspectives as a consumer and a buyer of these products. So think about that. Think about your collection. Think about if you're someone that likes to have super hyper pigmented looks. That sounds weird. If you like to have super like brightly, highly pigmented looks, I should say, then you might not like this. If you like more everyday conservative, no makeup looks, you'll probably love this. So I did swatch this with my makeup hat on, and I swatched it and I was like, oh, womp, womp, womp. This is not pigmented. Then I had to take a step back and think about Gigi Hadid, the point of this collaboration, the point of this tinted primer, the point of everything related to this launch, and it actually makes a lot of sense. So for sake of face for this product, I'm going to be using I'm going to do both. On one side, I will show you what it looks like with a little bit of coverage. I've got a tinted primer, and then I've also got the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish. So I will do the same look, 2 different primers so you guys can see. And yeah, all right, let's go ahead and jump on in. I'm going to prime my eyes and I'll be right back. So let's talk about this eyeshadow palette and why it's going back to Ulta. That's the kicker. So here's the thing. This is very, very pretty. I wanted to film this video before returning it so you guys could see and take into consideration this is something that you would want. But for $15, for what it is and what it does, I would personally rather just add an extra 15, 20 bucks onto this and get like a Bobbi Brown palette. She just came out with I think it was limited edition. I think it was called All About Eyes palette. That seems to play kind of in the same vein. Very light, very neutral, nice, airy shadows. And I know the quality and pigmentation will be there. This palette is a miss. It is a combination of shimmers and like satiny shimmers, because they do have a punch to them when you swatch them, but then on the eye, they're just really light, but they do have a creamy consistency. So, and the mattes are very, very creamy to the point where it's a little obnoxious. So I do like the quality of the shadows, but even for the whole supermodel look, they're just not my favorite. And I definitely have some palettes. Ooh, a perfect example would be this new Smashbox Cover Shop palette that I got. The satin shimmer shades are kind of a same thing. These are actually almost dupes. Well, they're not, I know they're not dupes, but the colors are really similar, except of course the Smashbox is a little more pigmented. So I would much rather add on a few extra dollars and get this. This was like $15 at TJ Maxx, so I didn't even pay full price for it. But for $15, like, nah, sis, this should be closer to $10 just in terms of the actual quality. The name is not enough to carry you, darling. So I do not recommend this, especially this dark shade, like I think I was about to say. It is really hard to blend out. Really, really hard to blend out. So this is what an overall look looks like. If you're someone that likes a little bit more conservative, kind of everyday natural looking makeup, then I think this collection works for you. From my makeup aficionado hat, I love the primer. I'm tempted to keep the primer. I really am. but I think I just need to DIY this and take this back to Ulta too. Especially for this teeny meaty size you get. It's just kind of like, okay. The bottom line is that I do not love Gigi Hadid enough to support her with my pocketbook, especially not on some Maybelline collaboration. And I love spending money on makeup, so it's just a no for me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Give me your thoughts. Let me know if you like this look. If you have any other like neutral conservative palette recommendations, drop those down below as well. This is video number 4 in my Vlogmas series, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know how your Vlogmas experience is going if you are a YouTuber, and yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye guys, thanks for watching.